Well, this was just going to be a brief thing on how to look up what sort of business licenses you need. And it is kind of a scary thought at first. For international, there's just no way that a forum or any one person on a forum could know all the international laws on that. Um, I would Google it. I'm sure you have Google in your country, or go to google.com, which would be the US version of it. I mean, I don't mean to sound apologetic. um, it was more just the fact that this is going to be for US people, not even Canada. I don't know what you guys do up there, eh? So I'm just going to I'm in the US, and so this will be most helpful for US people. Now, if you want to uh, file a business entity in the United States, then once you get your part of it done in your country, um, then you can use this to file. I don't know who doesn't pay taxes. Nevada, Rhode Island. No, wait, who? Delaware. Um, and But contribute to the U.S. economy, whatever you do, even if you live in another country, because we need it. Anyway, that was just getting silly. This is the IRS. I searched IRS EIN number, and it's the first result. I don't like this Firefox. I need to turn off this. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Ugh. Can I turn it off? Darn it. SEO Quake. Alright, it's the first. Oops. Yeah, whatever I clicked. It was the first result. And um, you can read all this if you want. You apply online for your IRS EIN number. The computer is taking a break, apparently. Their online assistant is currently unavailable. I always assumed it was a computer, but apparently they get an overnight break too. Anyway, I remember it took me less than half an hour. I think it may have been just 5 minutes or so, and I had an EIN number. They don't really check anything. You just have to register it, and that's all that's required. So um, I hope that people will find this eventually, or my thing in the forum, and there will be no more questions about the IRS EIN. And the next thing is your state. Um, Go to the SBA, you start there, and um, I know where to go for South Carolina, but Small Business Administration, go to the very bottom, starting a business. You can read all this if you would like to. Choose and register your business. Um, I believe it was Anton or somebody said, start small and as you grow. And, that's true. I would definitely suggest an S Corp, and don't use your home address, because that should be zoned commercial, and get an address zoned I'm sorry, that should be zoned residential for your home address, but get something zoned commercial so that you can be known as a real business entity, and start building your Dun and Bradstreet rating, start getting accounts, and um, where you can pay 30, pay 60, pay 90, and get I'm sorry, I'm drifting here, but get some business credit, and it all starts with establishing yourself correctly as a real corporation. So you can read about that. Now, obtain business license and permits. And by the way, my advice is just my advice. It's what I'm headed toward. It's what I figured out is best. Um, okay, so federal license permits, I can tell you right now, is pretty much going to be more related to alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. And unless you're selling that, you're going to need a lawyer if you are. You can get your federal will require the EIN. You're done with that. Next will be your state. And here you can search by your state. South Carolina is where I live. And South Carolina has a very convenient thing called the business South SB SCBOS, South Carolina Business One Stop, and um, you can register your business there. You create a login. Of course, I don't know why I'm showing you this as far as how to use the BOS, but this is what we have, and um, even something that usually requires a lawyer, and but for a small entity with you operating by yourself, the SCBOS allows you to actually form articles of incorporation and stuff without requiring a lawyer. And I'm not sure, even I can't remember whether it required even a notary public. It may have, but my local postal pal person is a notary public, and she knows me actually, so I just take it down there. Anyway, so you register your business and everything through there, and the business personal property, it tells you that, which I wouldn't have because I would not have furniture, fixtures, and equipment owned by the business, um, unless of course I started buying wholesale and selling from my garage or something. Um, and it tells you what type of taxes you're going to pay, which is fine, no big deal. Now, and then this tells you that your municipalities might require business license. So I first go to my county, which is Berkeley County, and look up business license. So I want to reiterate that you go to your state, and most states should have a place where you just file your business entity online. And here for me, Berkeley County says Berkeley County does not issue or require business license. Oh, that's so convenient. And so then I go to my city, which is the beautiful city of Goose Creek, South Carolina. Their website is not really user friendly as far as finding information I found over the years. So I'm just going to do Goose Creek business licenses. And this gives me the rates I would pay. And so what happens is when you file for the license, you do have to pay a fee. Of course, it's not going to be free. So um, when you file for the, I'm waiting for it to come up. Um, a rate class. I'm not sure what rate class I would be. If it was, it would be probably be one, but I'm not sure. So for income from 0 to 2,000, let me estimate that I'm going to make 20,000, and that probably the first year I should say 10,000 in gross sales. The first 2,000 is going to be $30. So the next 8,000 is going to be taxed at a rate of $2 per thousand, and so $16. Yeah, 10 times two. I'm sorry, $20. 10, 8 times two. 8 times two. $16 plus the $30. So my uh, fee when I file for a business license is going to be $46. That's pretty cheap. I would estimate low. I mean, it may go nowhere. What if you sell nothing and then you've paid the city, hundreds of dollars because you're really optimistic? Now, in this case, it's good to be optimistic, but in this case, go conservative. And and in whatever city you live in, that requires a fee to be filed based on what your rate is going to be. And then, excuse me, you can file the business license right online. Isn't that convenient? And there's the clerk. There's a nice little picture of her. You can call her. She more than likely will pick up. And here you just fill it out. Am I a corporation? An S Corp is what I'm aiming for. I have all of this. Home office phone number. We're going to file in a zoned commercial because it's going to be better for you to be able to get commercial credit and lines of credit, I should say. And LLC is okay. I don't think you're going to get in a whole lot of trouble with an online business to have people come after you. You're not even really going to own furniture or anything. Anyway, so that's what you do. IRS is for the EIN. Your state is for filing your corporation, your S corp, your LLC, whatever you want to do. Number of employees, which you probably start out having 0, and then your county or state. I mean, sorry, county or city. Go to one and see if they need a business license. Go to the other, see if they need a business license. It could be that both of them need one, and you have to pay, pay your money regardless of where you turn. Everyone has their hand in that till. And in my case, of course, the county didn't require one, the city did. And so that's how you kind of start just narrowing it down and figuring out what you need. And hopefully this helped. For people in my similar situation, it really won't help the international people. But unless you get the international hurdle out of the way, and then you can do the same thing for whichever state you're registering in it. And remember, Nevada and Delaware, I believe, are the ones that don't have